Good afternoon, everyone. I've decided to do a different recipe than the meatloaf I was going to do. So I thought, since I saw a recipe for lentil burgers, and I went and bought the lentils today, that I would do that instead. And it's different steps, but I will let you see what's in my bowl, and then I'll put it down to my stove when I get ready. I've got 2 cups. Hi, good to see you. I've got 2 cups of mashed lentils in here, which I cooked. Took me about 15-20 minutes to cook it. And then I add my other ingredients. I just hope that they don't crumble on me, because I've looked at the reviews and some people are having trouble with them crumbling when they put them in their skillet. So let's hope and pray that they don't. Okay, first of all, I put the 2 cups of lentils in here. Now I need 2 tablespoons of walnuts crushed. Well, I went and they were chopped, but I chopped them some more. I used my handy dandy Pamper Chef chopper and chopped them up a little bit more. Then 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. And I'll get those here. I'll use this. I'm going to have several things dirty. I've already got dishwater in there because I've been washing dishes, so I have more to do. So let's hope and pray that... Welcome to everybody coming on, and thank you for sharing this out, and thank you for the super hearts. If you give me any irregular hearts too as well, they're both appreciated. Let's see, 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Now, there's a question on this, and some people, they won't use nutritional yeast. I still happen to use it. You could probably leave it out. If it's your conscience that you don't want to use it, then feel free to leave it out. I think it would just give it more better flavor with it. 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. What I have here is Bragg's liquid aminos. I don't use regular soy sauce. And since this has got a lot of salt in it, I am not... Hi, Fred. Good to see you. I am not going to put the salt in beyond this, because this has got a lot of salt in it, so I'm not going to add any of the salt, because this can be pretty overpowering, because it calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Well, I think that's probably too much, because this has got plenty of salt in it already. I don't know where my lid went. I'll just have to wait for that. I'll leave that off. And a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, which I've got my thing right here for my cumin. Make sure I got the 1/4 teaspoon. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes, it is. Thank you for asking. And, of course, then you got the salt. Then I have to mix this all together. And I'm going to get a spoon first of all. I'm going to mix this together. Maybe I better use my hands. It probably would be better. And hopefully it won't crumble on me. Welcome to everybody coming on. This is going to be a different recipe. I just hope it's going to be okay. I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard to get it to mix together. I think it needs a little bit more liquid in it, because it's awful. But we'll do the best we can here, trying to hold this together. I was going to make these first before I scoped them and see how well I could do without scoping them first. But I thought, well, I'll try it. And if they do fall apart, at least you know I've given it a try, because I'm always willing to try anything the first time. If it doesn't work out, well, then I know what I've done wrong the next time, and I do a little bit better. I'm trying to mix this as best I could. Maybe the people didn't mix it enough, and that's why it crumbled on it. So I'm trying to do everything I can to get this all mixed thoroughly. As you can see, it's all over my hands, but I'll clean them off when I get done here. I'm going to get my burner lit here, because I've got some oil in my skillet. I'll put it down to the skillet as soon as I'm ready to do this. I'm the best. I don't know about that. Sometimes I wonder about that. There we go. Get it down to my skillet. There we go. Now you can see I've got oil in here, and I'm trying to get it melted. I probably put a little too much. You really don't have to have oil in here, but I like to put oil in when I fry anything. You don't have to. lentils do not have to be soaked. That's what it said on the package. You do not have to soak them. So no, I did not. I cooked them. No, I did not soak them first. So I wondered about that too, but they said lentils, you do not have to soak them. Oh, got a bot there. So if I got any moderators in here, take care of that bot. I'll take care of it when I watch my replay. I'll take care of it because we get a lot of these bots in here. They're horrible. They can be a pain in the butt. I'll tell you that much. I'm hoping this will hold together. I can't guarantee anything at this point. If they crumble, at least I've given it an effort. I'm going to get stuff all over my sink and everything, or all over my counter. But let's try it anyway. We'll see how this is going to do. It's a little bit of embarrassment if it crumbles, but at least I know that I'm not the only one that had this. The ones that did the review, they said that also crumbled on them too. But I'm going to leave these in here for a little bit, and I'm not going to turn them over right away. I don't want to turn them over too soon. I'm really making a mess on my counter. It's really hard. I'm trying to bake balls out of this, and it's really, really difficult. I'm getting lentils all over my counter, but at least it's better than on the floor. Oh, yes, you did. Good. I know I missed Stacy's scope. I was busy doing something when she came on, so I didn't see it, so I'll have to go back and watch the replay. But that's the way it goes. Sometimes I don't always get into hers either when I want to. Hi, Tora. Good to see you. Welcome. Those that are in here, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see, this is a mess. I'm getting lentils all over my counter. I'll clean them up. These are going to crumble probably. They're already crumbling when I put them in the skillet. But they ought to taste good nonetheless. Let me just start with 2, and we'll see how well that does before I do any more. I think I'm not going to chance it, and I'll just do 2 at a time because I don't want to I don't want any more crumbling than just 2. And because that's all I need is just a couple to show you how they look, and then I can always make more later. So I'm going to let these go. Let these fry for a few minutes. They say 2 to 3 minutes aside, but I think that they're probably going to have to take a little bit longer than that so they don't crumble up on me. I'm trying to clean this stuff off and put it back in my bowl. So pardon me. I might have to just get a rag and clean the rest of this up. This is something new. This is something I've never made before. It's something that I want to try. So I went and I know I had lentils in this house somewhere, but I'll be darned I couldn't find them. So I thought, well, I better go buy some lentils. So I'm not very organized right now. Things are where they shouldn't be. So I thought, well, I'll just go buy some lentils and I'll keep them in a special place and I'll know where they're at. So that's what I did. I bought a couple bags of them and used almost one whole bag up. But these in the skillet, well, they're probably, as you can see, they don't look the best. They're trying to probably break up a little bit, but I'm going to do the best I can. I think I'm going to put this up on higher heat and see if I can't get them to fry real well. Well, see, now they're starting to crumble, but I don't think it really matters. Other people said the same thing. It was crumbling for them too. So we'll just wait and see. I'm going to try to see if I can hold this together. I don't know, for some reason it doesn't have enough liquid in it or something. It just wants to keep crumbling. I could have put more soy sauce in it. Oh yeah, meatballs. I don't know. This is this needs like not flour. I don't know if it needs flour, but something to hold it together. Maybe a little bit of flour might hold these together because they're crumbling pretty bad. I'm wondering if I could put a little bit of flour in here to. I got some tapioca flour. Let me try a little bit of that and see if I can hold it together. Gotta find it here. Here we go. I'm going to put a little bit of tapioca flour in here. Maybe it's the possibility that adding a little bit of flour might might help hold this together. Flour helps hold a lot of things together. And I don't know why it wasn't in the recipe, but I'll put that on my, when I do it, because flour is like a, I don't know, it's like a stick-to-it agent, you know, makes it stick to things a little bit better. So we'll see. I'm just hoping that it doesn't make it any softer. I could probably add a little bit of water, but I hate to put too much water in here. I'm afraid that it might ruin it. But I don't know if this flour will hold it together any better. Doesn't look like it might, but we're going to try it anyway. See what I can do. Get it to, because it seems awful gummy. It seems awful gummy, and it's hard to get it to. So we'll try it. These here in the thing are wanting to fall apart, but I'm gonna keep trying anyway. You know something? I'm not one of these kind to give up. I'm going to keep trying, because like I said, on the reviews they said they fell apart for them too. So I'm just going to keep trying. Now these might hold together a little bit better, being that I put a little bit of flour in it. Tapioca flour, that is. We'll try that. We'll see. They do seem like a little bit better. It seems like tapioca flour will hold things together better, a lot better. I don't know why that is, but it does. So maybe these will work better. I'm always having to clean up after myself. Excuse me. I have a little bit left, as you can see, not a whole lot. And I've got 4 in here. The first 2, we're not going to worry about those crumbling because I didn't have flour in those. Now these other ones look like they may be holding together. Like I said, tapioca flour was not in any kind of flour wasn't in the recipe, but I decided to add it anyway to see if that maybe that might help hold it together a little better. I don't know why they didn't have flour or a little more oil or water or soy sauce or something to hold it together, but they didn't. So I'm just going to have to do the best I can. Let me get a little bit of drink here. My coconut water. I love my coconut water. I like to drink this. It's got pineapple in it. So we'll have to see how good these are going to do. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Just wanted to get my... We know the first 2 are going to fall apart, so I can either, I don't know what I'll do with those. Have to eat them the way they are falling apart. You know, that's possible. That wasn't in the recipe, but neither was the tapioca flour. Hi, good to see you. So I thought, well, I'll just add a little bit of tapioca flour. Maybe that might hold them together. Oh, yes, I do. Basically, I use the almond milk for my recipes, and I put it in my cereal. So I don't drink it per se as much as I use it in my recipes or put it in my cereal. So now we know that 2 of these are going to fall apart, but I'm just going to flip them over anyway. These I probably won't show on Facebook. I'll show the ones that yeah, those are crumbling. We're just have to, these first 2 are crumbling really bad. It almost looks like a spaghetti, for spaghetti or whatever. But these other ones are holding together. Isn't that something? I learned I have to change my recipe just a little bit. That's funny how things do. Well, I use different breads. I'm going to have to start making my own, but I just don't take the time to do it. I try to find the bread that doesn't have the corn syrup in it. Welcome to Periscope for the very first time. It doesn't have the your corn syrup, because your corn syrup is what really is not good. They're putting that high fructose corn syrup in a lot of the breads. But I'm trying to find bread that doesn't have the high fructose corn syrup. Now this can be crumbles. I go into spaghetti or something like that. I'll figure out what to do with that. It's embarrassing that it crumbled like that. I've heard of it, but no, I haven't. I really haven't. Let's see how these are going to do. I think these two are going to be much better because since I put that tapioca flour in there, they're wanting to hold together. See, now they're wanting to hold together. The rest of these are fell apart. I can get this turned over now. That one wanted to crumble a little bit too. Well, they're so hard to keep together. It does look fabulous, but it's not supposed to fall apart. They're not supposed to fall apart. But they did fall apart. So, but you know something? I don't think it really matters. As long as they're edible, that's the main thing. As long as they're edible. I'll just have to eat them the way they are, you know. And I'm not going to put any more in here right now because I've got a little bit left, but I'll fix that maybe in spaghetti or something. A clean kitchen. If you only knew, it needs a lot of work. My floor is really old, so it's hard to keep it clean. So it's the original. This house was built in '90, and the floor is original. So that I can tell you that it's real old. So, but I try to do the best I can. I try to clean it all the time, but you know, I'm disorganized as far as that goes. Things are sitting where they shouldn't be, but you know. No, 1900 or not 1890, 1990. 1990. No, it wasn't that. It's not that old. This was built in 1990. If I said 1890, I misspoke. It's 1990. So it needs a new roof eventually because I haven't been able to afford a new roof. So that's going to have to come next. So I have to do that too. You know, but I'm taking each day as it comes and doing what I need to do and using my money properly and budgeting my money the way I need to budget it, you know. Oh, coconut water is good. I'm a little embarrassed about these breaking up, but like I said, when I did the review, people said it was crumbling on them too. But I can just use this crumble like in spaghetti or something else. You know, it's already in the stove, so I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But you know, it needed a little bit more liquid to it, or maybe chia seeds. Maybe next time I'll put some chia seed in there, jelly, and that'll hold it together. But I thought the tapioca flour would hold it together for right now. Oh, I know. We sure do. I know I do. I have to watch every penny. I'll pull this up a little bit. I know I do. I have to watch every cent that I make because it can be gone in a flash. It can really be gone in a flash. It's terrible, but you know, it doesn't take long. I took my dog in yesterday to get her shots, and I got an exam for her too because she's been having that problem with her back legs. Her back legs give out on her, and I didn't know what the problem was. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. They give out on her, and she'll be walking down the sidewalk with me one day, and all of a sudden she collapsed, and I had to pick her up and carry her, and I was almost in tears because I couldn't figure out what was wrong. She looked at me real funny, like I'm ready to collapse, and I could see the way she was walking, she was ready to collapse. Come to find out, her kneecaps wiggle back and forth, so they're not staying in place. So therefore, she was popping them in and out, and she says as long as it doesn't get to the point where they won't go back into place anymore, it's fine. I have two Pomeranians. I have a 10-year-old, which is the one that needed her shots, is the one's having a problem with her kneecaps, and I have a 4-year-old Pomeranian that I just got in April of this year at the shelter. Oh, I haven't been doing any lately. I need to start doing some more again. We went to I went to the vet yesterday, and I took Chewy along because I didn't want to leave him home by himself. So he was chomping at the bit to get out of there and walk around the vet's office, but I wouldn't let him. I just kept hanging on to him. So I thought, well, when I get home, let's go for a walk. We'd already taken one walk in the morning, so I thought, well, let's take another walk in the afternoon. Boy, he loved it. Well, He started digging a little earlier. I was doing my dishes and I was watching because my window faces the backyard, and I saw him over by the fence trying to dig, and I opened up the door and I says, "Oh no, you don't." He looked at me and come running to the house like like what's wrong, He was trying to dig again, and I saw him taking his paw and going like this, and I thought it's not going to be very long, and he's going to be out of here again. He's outside right now. I don't hear him, but I hope he's out. He's out here. You can hear him barking. He's out there right now. He's barking now. The 10-year-old, she's running out there right now. She was in here, but she's running back out. She hears him barking, so she's going out to see what he's barking at. I'm going to get a small plate, put these on there. Hopefully they won't crumble when I take them out of here, but I can't guarantee it at this point because if they crumble, they crumble. Yeah, they're going to crumble. I guess I'll call it lentil crumble. It's supposed to be lentil burgers, but they're almost like lentil crumble. It's funny. It's really. I'll just put it on the plate anyway, and I can eat it. I can eat it. You know what I can do? I can eat it like sloppy joes. I can do it that way. I definitely can. Put a little bit of ketchup on it and eat it like sloppy joes. Why not? I'm not going to waste it. I mean, I cooked all those lentils, the 2 cups of lentils, and I'm not going to throw it away. It's crazy, but I don't feel bad now that they're crumbling for me because they crumbled for everybody else too. So that's it happens. Maybe I'll just call it a lentil crumble instead of lentil burgers. So that's really what it turned out to be is lentil crumble. But as you can see, I'll let you see it really. Yeah, I did. As you can see, I just put it down a little low. You can see it's crumbled now. It's got 1 burger left. Yeah, it probably would have. I did put a little tapioca flour in it, though. It was not part of the recipe, but I put a little tapioca flour in it. I was going to post this up on Facebook, but under the circumstances, I don't think so, because I don't even have the 1 burger, and it's about ready to fall apart. Well, it did too. So instead of lentil burgers, I got lentil crumble. Oh, boy. I tell you, when he gets out, he goes really fast. He just loves to go. I mean, I've never seen a dog take off. And I have found out something about that, too. One of my friends on Periscope, she's got some Pomeranians. And she said, you never, 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 never chase after a Pomeranian, because if you chase after them, they're going to keep on running. What you do is you get down to their level. When they're on the ground, you get down on their ground and you lay down on the ground. Now, when he got out the other day, that's what the lady did. I'll just bring this up. No, anyway, that's what the lady did. The neighbor, she laid down in the neighbor's yard because that's where he was at, and he kept running back and forth. And I says, well, she decided, well, I'm going to lay down. So she laid down. He came right up to her. She petted him and grabbed hold of his collar, and I was able to pick him up that way and bring him home. Because you can't really chase after him because they're going to keep on running. He loves to run. That's the way. That's Pomeranians for you. They love to. Now, Buttercup doesn't do that. Well, I'm kind of embarrassed that my lentil burgers aren't burgers. It's more like crumble than burgers. But there isn't much I can do about that. I'm just gonna use it that way, and I can put it on bread. It looks good. It looks good as a crumble anyway. It doesn't matter. I can put ketchup on it and make it a crumble. Yeah, I know. It just wasn't in the recipe for like chia seed or anything else. Because like I said, I looked at the reviews. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to make vegan lentil burgers, but they're ending up crumbling up and ending up not being lentil burgers after all. But yeah, you're right. It's got the main ingredients of love. That's all I need. That's all it needs is love. And I'll just put it down. You can see that the crumbles don't look bad. I mean, they're supposed to be burgers. It looks like crumbles, but you know something? It's going to be okay. I can just post it up in Facebook as it's supposed to be burgers, but it turned out to be crumble. Look at it. Doesn't it look good? It's turning nice and brown. And all I have to do is maybe add a little ketchup to it, organic ketchup or whatever, or just eat it this way on a bun or whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, this is okay. It'll be fine, just like this. You know, when I make them the next time, which I probably will make them again, I'll do a little bit different. I'll add something to the recipe that's not, because I knew that when people said it was crumbling on them, there had to be something lacking in the recipe. Whoever wrote this recipe, she evidently didn't have problems with it crumbling on her. So there's something really lacking in this recipe. I don't know what. It's got to be more liquid to it or something. He crosses the road. He doesn't really run on the road, but he will cross the road. He crosses the road. I'll bring this back up since you've seen that already. He crosses the road and, yeah, I know, it needs a binder. But the thing of it is, that binder was not in the recipe. Unfortunately, I could tweak it the next time and make it so it's going to be a binder. You know, what ended up being veggie, vegan, or lentil burgers is ended up being lentil crumble. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It doesn't matter, though. My yard's fenced. The front yard is not, but the backyard is. Doesn't matter. He digs holes. He digs holes and gets himself out. A dog cage. I don't want to put him in. You mean a? I don't know what to put. Somebody has suggested maybe getting some chicken wire and putting it all around the bottom. If I put chicken wire around the bottom, that may hold him in. You know, I wouldn't know how much to get either. Put it around the bottom, or getting boards and nailing them to the bottom, like 2x4s and nailing them to the very bottom of the fence. That way he can't dig under them. But I don't know. I really don't know. There's another bot. These bots can be so darn annoying. Let me get that bot. There, I got it. There. You know, I don't know what to do. I might get some chicken wire, but then that's going to be expensive too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It certainly is. I don't want to take the handle off because I won't be able to get the handle back on because it's wet. But they're very simple to get on and off. If it was cool enough, I could show you. They're very easy to get off. I have handles on all of mine. In fact, I can show you how to take the handles off of the other ones. See, it has a little knob on it. And you just hold the knob and pull back on it, and it comes right off. Then when you put it back on, you just hold it back, and that's back on. It's as simple as that. Well, I don't really know how it's going to be. I'm still in the refrigerator yet. It doesn't look like cheese to me. You know, using zucchini like that, I wasn't too sure about it, but I thought I'd try it. You know, I'm not really too sure that I should have done it that way, you know. That's you know. I tried it. I'm not saying I'll make that again, though. I will not make that again. But, you know, I'm kind of glad to know that I'm not the only one that makes mistakes, because I know Alexis, she comes on and she makes mistakes in some of her periscopes, too. Some of her cooking scopes, they're blunders. This is a big blunder, but yet I like the way the crumbles look. It's getting nice and brown right now. And, well, this is supposed to cure. You leave it in the refrigerator for a week with the lid off, with the uncovered, and they say it will not spoil or anything. It'll cure. Yes, zucchini does spoil. Yes, it has to be in the refrigerator. That's where it's at right now. It's curing, but I don't know how it's going to taste. It looks kind of funky right now. I don't know if the way I'm looking at it now, if that's the way it's supposed to be or not. I have no idea. So, you know, I'm going to put this back down. You can see what there's been. Well, what turned out is actually a crumble. I guess you could call it a crumble. I've just made a crumble out of it instead. But it's still going to be good though, because it's got lentils. Now, see, and I can always add other things to it if I wanted to, you know. But it looks okay. I don't know. It said that's how it's supposed to cure. The red. This is a okay. If you're talking about, hi, good to see you. If you're talking about this is a ice cream machine. If you're talking about that, Hi, Teresa. And over here I've got a Vitamix, or if you can see the red there, this is the Vitamix. You can just see the bottom of it, and then I got my food processor. Yeah, they look good, but instead of a burger, I've got crumble out of it. No, it's not. This is not. This is liquid aminos. I don't use apple cider vinegar, not at all. Well, I'm not eating dinner. I'm going to eat this for lunch, but it was supposed to be a burger, but it's going to end up being a crumble and almost like like sloppy lentils, or sloppy joes made out of lentils. I guess you could call it that. I might just use it for that. Make it sloppy joes, and then just add my flavoring later. It's a soy sauce substitute. That's what this is. It's a soy sauce alternative is what it is. I happen to see this. Walmart carries it, and the store I was at today is also carrying it. More stores are getting this now. Bragg's liquid aminos. So that's a soy sauce alternative. Oh, yeah, lentil soup, right. Well, I wish I'd have done something a little bit different for these, and they would have been lentil burgers. Lentils and rice. Aren't you getting kind of tired of it? I bet you are. But they are good though. But I might just post this up on Facebook and tell them, well, they're supposed to be lentil burgers, but they end up being lentil crumble. Can you? Oh, I bet it is. It's soupy. But this lentil crumble, it'll still be good on bread. I don't want to throw it away. I mean, I worked too hard to cook. I mean, it's almost a whole bag of lentils, and I'm certainly not going to throw it out. You was eating garbanzo beans? Oh, yes. Oh, you haven't been feeling... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get to feeling better. Can I show... Oh, okay, I'll put it down. There. That's basically... It's basically a crumble. It's supposed to be a burger, but it's a crumble now. Look at it. But it does look good, though. I mean... There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not a burger. And I kind of figured this what would happen after I saw the reviews on it. But I want to taste one just a little bit. Oh yeah, I can eat it like it is. It's okay. I can definitely eat it like it is. I might just add like a little ketchup or something to the top of it. I put it on bread. But, lentils are good for you too. They're very good, just like quinoa. If you weren't in my Periscope yesterday and saw me make the quinoa taco salad, go back and watch that. That stuff is so freaking good. It's very, very good. I had some yesterday, and of course I put the rest in the refrigerator, and I love it. It is really, really good. And I found something today that I've been looking for, and I'll put this up for a little bit so you can see my face. I can put it back down when you ask me to. I saw something today that I had been looking for, and I did not know where to find it. And that is Hasa Marina. I think it's masa harina, and it's when you make your own tortillas out of it. And I plan on making my own tortillas. Yeah, I'm supposed to have a burger and ended up getting sloppy joes out of it. That really is creative, isn't it? Hi, Vanita. I had my pan down. It's not really burgers now. It ends up being sloppy joes. But you know something? I guess it doesn't really matter. You start with one thing and end up creating something else. So I'll put it back down for those that are just coming in if you want to see what my sloppy joes look like. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, I can eat it just the way it is, although I'll probably put a little bit of organic ketchup or something on it on bread. And eat it as sloppy joes. It just needs something to the recipe that's not there. I really don't know what is not there. It's just not there. I think, like I said, when I post it up on Facebook, I'm not going to post burgers. I'll just say I made lentil sloppy joes. Why not? That's what it ended up being anyway. Lentil sloppy joes. I mean, I've never made sloppy joes out of lentils. But first time for everything. Yeah, possible. If I make this again, I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit more and add something to it. Now, like I said, I did add a little bit of tapioca flour to it to see if I could thicken it up a little. That didn't really help. So maybe a chia seed, gels up. That might hold it together. Because I certainly don't use eggs, so I might have to try something different. I don't really know. I don't know when I'm going to make those again. I never know from day to day what I'm going to be making. Because this recipe I happened to find on Yumly. I saw that Valerie yesterday was talking about Yumly when I watched my replay. So I went on Yumly this morning, signed up for it, and was looking for vegan recipes. That's where I found this recipe. And I thought, well, this will be easy enough to make. But I just wish it would have turned out as burgers like it was supposed to instead of sloppy joes. But, oh well, I didn't give up. I didn't throw in the towel and didn't say, well, I'm not going to make this and stop the Periscope. I kept on going, It's embarrassing because it didn't turn out the way it's supposed to. But that happens, I got a whole new recipe out of something I started with and got something totally different than what I planned on. Isn't that the way it goes, though? I don't know if anybody else has ever had that. You start cooking something and you end up with something totally different. That's true. Exactly. And I can eat this. No problem at all. That's all that matters. As long as I can eat it. And I definitely can. I can eat this. I'll just add like a little ketchup or something to it to put it on bread and eat it like sloppy joes. Why not? It's simple enough to make. You just, it's like I said, a lot of the recipes that you find, they always lack in something. Well, this one was, and I don't know what it's lacking. Well, I don't really eat yogurt. I don't care for it that well, but yeah. But it didn't turn out the way I planned, but everybody came in anyway and saw me make something totally different than what I started with, and that's funny, because I didn't plan on making sloppy joe out of lentils. I certainly didn't, but who knew? Who knew that you could make sloppy joes out of lentils? I guess there's a first time for everything. Leave it to me. Leave it to Karen to go make sloppy joes out of lentils. Supposed to make burgers and end up making sloppy joes out of it. and who knew that you could do stuff like that? Thank you for getting rid of that person. Thank you. You're right on it. But that's the way it goes. We're not perfect. And I know Alexis has had blunders in her recipes already. I think she did pancakes once that didn't turn out very well. And they fizzled on her. Well, I can actually say this kind of fizzled on me. It really did. But it fizzled in one way, but it became something totally different in another. So I guess you could say it didn't really fizzle at all because it's still edible. That's the main thing. It's edible. It's not something I have to throw away. I do have coconut cream right now. I bought some. Walmart's starting to carry it now. Coconut cream is a lot better for your whipped cream, I believe, than the regular full-fat coconut milk. I'm not sure about if you have to refrigerate. I think you do. I've never used it before. I have not made the whipped cream with it yet. I tried to make whipped cream a while back on my Periscope, and it fizzled because I had water in the full fat. With the coconut cream, you won't have any liquid in it. It's just all cream. So I intend to try to make that again. Hopefully, maybe next time I'll make it okay. Coconut cream and use maybe a little vanilla in it, and or maple syrup or whatever. And a little powdered sugar or whatever. Yeah. Well, I've got a whipped cream maker. I've got an electric mixer, yes, but I have the Pampered Chef whipped cream maker. In case you have people that go to Alexis's, this was purchased for me by Erlene. She got me this as a gift. And this is a great thing to make for the whipped cream maker. This does have a line on it right here, and you just fill it up to there. And you pump and pump, you pump and pump and pump this, and it gets harder and harder. And eventually, what it does is it makes cream out of it. Makes your whipped cream. But I knew the full-fat coconut milk was not cutting it. Because if you don't get all the water out of it, you could have a problem. Well, with the coconut cream, there is no water. It's just completely cream. You don't have any liquid in it to begin with. So there should be no problem making the whipped cream out of it, which I intend to try to do that again. Make the whipped cream out of it. You know, I did make that chocolate banana bread the other day, and I may just take the whipped cream and put on top of it because it is really good. I mean, I took a couple slices off. If people have not been in here to see what my chocolate banana bread looks like, let me get it out of the refrigerator and let me show you. I'll take the cover off. I keep this cover on it because I don't want it drying out. There is my chocolate banana bread. I use carob, and you can see I've been cutting, and it's nice and moist. It is delicious. I had a slice of it this morning with butter. It is really good. I had some bananas. I had made this, I think, was the last week or something. I periscoped it. I made this again, I think it was yesterday or day before. I made it because I had some bananas that were going really bad. They were really getting ripe, and I wanted to use them up. And it takes 5 bananas. So I thought, well, I better use these bananas up because you have to have ripe bananas. They were getting too ripe. Well, I don't drink coffee, but it does taste good, absolutely. This is a real good bread. It almost looks like cake because of the way, but I put it in a loaf pan. I put carob chips inside, and I put carob chips on top. It is a very good bread. You just pay attention to this. Just take it apart. You can see how moist it is. See, it's very, very moist. And you see these are all the carob chips on top. There are also carob chips on the inside. Plus there's 5 bananas in there, plus other ingredients. And it is really good. I made it the second time. Oh, thank you. Thank you for catching that one, Benita. You're doing a good job. I knew I could trust you to get it right. Anyway, if you have bananas that are going bad and you want to make this, I'll put this back up a little bit. If you have bananas that are going bad and you want to make this, just go into my Facebook group, Karen's Vegan Heaven, and get the recipe from there. You'll see how I made it. Everything's all spelled out, exactly how much ingredients. Now, the original recipe called for cocoa powder. Well, since I'm a Seventh-day Adventist and I don't use cocoa powder, I use carob, which is just as good. It doesn't take very much of it. Carob is easy to find. If you go, Whole Foods would have it, Trader Joe's, any of your health food stores would have carob. I happen to get mine through Amazon. But if you have bananas that are getting already ripe, which mine were, I mean, they were all spotted and everything, getting really, so I thought I'd just use them up. Took 5 bananas, used them up, and made this again. And I eat it every morning for breakfast, along with a couple pieces of toast, and it is to die for. It is absolutely the best bread I've ever had. And when I saw the recipe on Pinterest, I thought, well, this is ideal. Chocolate banana. Who ever heard of chocolate banana bread? But it's good. Cacao, yes, it is. It's got cocoa in it. You don't want, and I bought some cacao a while back, thinking that I could use cacao powder. Come to find out you can't. It's got cocoa in it. So carob is much better because carob is vegan. Carob is from the healthy plant. It's not going to hurt you. Hi, Erlene. I don't know if you were here earlier or not, but I'll show you. I'll show you. Well, I'm supposed to have burgers, Erlene, but now I got sloppy joes out of it instead. They all crumbled up on me. I got sloppy joes. So what started out as burgers, sloppy joes now. Oh, you didn't hear? Okay. Yeah. Oh, you didn't get the. Oh, wasn't kitchen. Okay. Well, this is supposed to be lentil burgers, but other ones had said in the recipe that it was crumbling on them. Well, I thought I'll try it anyway, and it ends up being sloppy joes instead of burgers. But you know, it still tastes good. So it's to me, it's like a lentil crumble instead of a vegan lentil burgers. You know. Isn't that funny? You start making one thing and you end up with a total different recipe. I guess I created my own recipe. How about that? I created my own recipe. Well, what do you know? I've already tasted it early, and it still tastes fine. You know, it tastes okay. You know, and I could just put a little bit of ketchup on it or whatever, put it on bread and have it, eat it like sloppy joes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I had, and I'll get this back up. I was showing my bread, because I made me another loaf of the bread too early. See, it turned out, the second loaf turned out even actually better than the first. It turned out real good. I was showing that I eat it every morning. It's so good, and it's still moist, all the chocolate chips on top. This is a good bread. Yeah, it is. That recipe, the lentil burger recipe, has something missing in it. I put everything in it called for, but there's sure something missing. It crumbles. So, well, I made sloppy joes out of it anyway. No, you're right. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I know. This is the first time I've ever tried to make something, and it ended up being something else. You know, usually when I make something, it turns out to be exactly what I was planning on making. It doesn't end up being something totally different. But oh well, you know, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to complain, because it's okay. It's still edible. That is the main thing. And lentils are not real expensive. They're cheap. But, you know, I took time to cook the 2 cups of lentils, and I'm certainly not going to throw them away. I'm certainly going to make good use of them, and I'll put them on bread, maybe put a little organic ketchup on it, and eat it that way. I can do that and make sloppy joes out of it. I haven't had sloppy joes in so long, and I know it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Welcome to Periscope for the very first time. I'm getting a lot of spam phone calls. They don't come through. The robo-killer kills it. But anyway, when you make something and it turns out to be something else, you feel like, well, I made a blunder, but then I get to thinking, no, I actually created my own recipe. It crumbles, so why can't I just call it like a lentil crumble or lentil sloppy joes or whatever? Well, that's true. Can make spaghetti too. I haven't got any spaghetti cooked, but you know, I'm going to probably, since I haven't had my lunch today, I'll just put a little bit of ketchup on it, reheat it up, put the little organic ketchup on it, and use it as sloppy joes for lunch. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I think it'll be just fine. It'll absolutely be just fine. I could make my own ketchup. I've got a recipe for it, but I didn't want to take the time to do it. I buy organic ketchup, which would be better than your normal ketchup anyway. In fact, I think I have a bottle of it here, and I can put some in that right now and see what it looks like. Yeah, I do happen to have a bottle of organic ketchup. I don't know if it's been opened yet or not. No, it hasn't. So, and I can put this in there just a little bit and make a sloppy joe. And I'll just call it I'll just put it on Facebook and say it's lentil sloppy joes. Why not? You know, you can actually make sloppy joes out of anything. You know you can. You know, you don't have to have hamburger to make sloppy joes. I'll put this back down again so you can see what it looks like. There we go. You don't have to make use hamburger to make sloppy joes. Get you know, ingenuity in you and just make it your own recipe. Yes, I know, doesn't it though? I'm going to put a little bit more. I don't think I have enough ketchup. I don't want a lot of ketchup, but I've turned this on so I can kind of get this ketchup kind of heated up through here. But, you know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to call it lentil sloppy joes, and when I post it up on Facebook, I'll say that's exactly what it is. Made my own recipe. I've got diced tomatoes, but I don't know if they're organic or not. Yeah, I probably could. Let me go look and see. Yes, I do. Yep, I sure do. Do you think I should use the whole can? because I do have some right here. I was going to use it for another recipe, but maybe this will be okay. I'll just put this in here, and we'll see how it looks like, what it looks like. I certainly do. I did buy organic. These are petite ones. Oh my! There we go. Wow, this will make a good sloppy joes. Might make it more than just. Wow! Thank you for whoever mentioned that with the diced tomatoes. I buy the petite diced ones because I think they're a little bit easier to work with. Thank you for the suggestion. Oh my, I never thought about that. Huh. Look at this. Wow. Hey, I made my own recipe, and I think I'm going to post it on Facebook that it was almost like my own recipe. You know. Ha. You know, it's going to turn out real good. Going to turn out real good. I think I will. I'm going to post it up on Facebook as my own recipe. Because I added tomatoes to it. It ended up being like a sloppy joes instead of burgers. But look at it. Doesn't it look good? Can you see it okay? If you're not, I can turn it down a little bit more. But look at this. Wow. Oh, let me know if you can't see it, then I'll turn it down a little bit more. I just don't want it falling over on me. Wow. I'm so thankful. See, you people on here, you're really helping me out. Doesn't it though? My goodness. Wow. I'm glad I came on Periscope. Even though it's a total different recipe than what I started with. Look at it. And it's healthy too. It is real healthy. You know, there's nothing in here that I don't want. Nothing you can't eat. You know, look at that. Wow. Isn't that great? That is amazing. Wow. I'm so thankful that I have you guys in here helping me with this. Because this turned out to be a nice recipe anyway, hasn't it? It's turned out to be a real good recipe. A lot better than what I thought it would. A lot better. Yeah, you're right. Not as dry. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't like dry stuff anyway. And I do buy a lot of the petite diced tomatoes. I just happen to have cans of them. I bought some a while back, and I thought, well, if I ever need them for something, well, little did I know I'd realize that I needed it. Wow. Woo. Well, you know, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I will. Hi, Alexis. You know something, Alexis? I more or less created my own recipe, as you might say. It's supposed to be lentil burgers, but it ends up being lentil sloppy joes with my own creation in, adding my own ingredients to it. So that's what I'm going to call it, lentil sloppy joes. Doesn't it though? You know, this is the first time I've ever created something and ended up getting something else. Started making one thing and it ended up being something totally different when I got done. But what, like Leslie said, it looks good. My goodness, look at it. Wow. And it's not, and it won't be so dry. And I'm kind of glad that you guys came in here and suggested this because my goodness, let me throw this away. I would have never thought of those petite tomatoes, and I had plenty of them. I would have never thought of it, but somebody suggested it, and I'm just so grateful for that. That was a kind and loving thing to do because you're helping me out a lot. Oh, that's true. I can add an onion to it. You're right. I certainly can. Yes, I've got some onion here, and I can do that while I'm standing here. You're right. Let me get this back. I'll go get an onion, and I'll put this back. As you can see, the onions I have, they are yellow onions, and they're organic. These are the only onions I really buy. Hi, Julie. Hi, boy. Hi, boy. Find my paring knife. Here we go. Let me go ahead and put this back in the refrigerator, get it out of the way. I could probably just maybe dice it up a little bit or whatever. You guys are really, really helping me with these suggestions, you know. What is 4 cartons of coconut? I bought some coconut cream. I think I've got about 6 cans of coconut cream. Every time Walmart gets it in, I had been looking for it for a long time. And every time they get it in, I buy what they have. Because I want to be able to start making whipped cream. You know, make different things and put whipped cream on it. Oh, now my eyes are... my eyes are watering. That's what onions do. They make your eyes water. So if I look kind of funky, it's because my eyes are watering. Let me get this garbage tossed out here best I can. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, I don't like doing onions too well because, boy, they really make you... Oh, they make you cry. I'll just start cutting some pieces up here and just put some in here. I'm not going to chop them up real fine. I'll just put some in here. Probably don't need the whole thing anyway. Ow, I got a cut on my finger. You ever got a cut on your finger and you get onion, you get the onion thing in it. Boy, does it burn it. Whoa. These onions are sweet, but boy, they make your eyes burn. Whew. Whoa. But I sure do appreciate you guys coming in because I'm having the best fun ever learning something new. Create my own recipe. Oh. I'm not going to put a lot of onion here. Probably a little bit more than that. At least it's not going to be quite as dry. Get this up. Sorry for all the mess, but got to clean it up when I get done. Yeah, just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, this is not looking too bad now. A little bit more onion in it. There, that looks a little bit better. No, it doesn't look so bad. You know, I probably could have put a little bit of salsa in it too. It wouldn't hurt to probably put a little salsa. Because I've even got some of that, and I might put even some of that in there. Why not? It wouldn't hurt. I'll take this stuff. Put this in garbage in there. I'm gonna get my salsa out, and I'm gonna add a little bit of that to it. I'll make a little bit more liquid to it. This is the salsa I had left from. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. This is my own concoction, I guess you could say. It's my own concoction. I'll just put it all in there. Why not? Not much stuff. That's what left from the jar I opened yesterday for the taco salad I did yesterday. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Even a little bit there. The tomatoes and the salsa really put a little oomph to it. Makes it so it's not so dry. That's going to be a good meal. Really is. Look at that. Wow. How do you like that? I created my own recipe. Isn't that great? Just myself. I don't cook for anybody but myself. But I always make a lot. But I have it left over too, and I can freeze it. So that's a good thing. Let me throw this away. Just a minute. I got to blow my nose. I'll be right back. No, I just cook for myself. So, but I know I seem to make a lot. But, you know, a lot of stuff I can freeze. And I use it up and I put it in the refrigerator, too. As long as I see it there and I get it used up, you know, like the taco salad I made yesterday. There's quite a bit there, but I'll get it used up because it's really good. And there. Now I've got a special meal, one that I never thought I'd have myself. My own little special concoction. Okay, I certainly will. No, I got a fork here. I'll just clean it off, you know. Okay. Yeah, it won't hurt to see how it is. Wow. Well, besides it being a... I'll put this up a little bit. Besides it being supposed to be burgers, it ends up being sloppy joes. I took a can of petite tomatoes. I was to put a little organic ketchup in it. Now I put some salsa I had left, and I don't know how much salsa because I didn't measure it out. So the person, if they want to make it, they're going to have to put their own little, you know, just choose themselves what they want to put in it. You know, this is my own concoction, and that's the way I made it. Somebody else might want to make it different. You know, put something else in it different. No, I don't. No, I see you. I see you. I see you. I just saw your post. So you're not ghosting. I probably just missed your comments. Because you know they come up so fast sometimes. I don't see them all. I can see you, Damon. You've been posting all along. I just haven't been reading them because I was trying to do this. I don't have green pepper in it. I probably could put it in there. It would make it a little more colorful. I don't have one right now. But I think it's good just the way it is. I mean, you could see what it was. And it's, you know, my own concoction, more or less. Who would ever thought I'd make my own recipe? Oh. Well, that's true. I don't have garlic in it. I could probably put garlic powder in it. I could put a little bit in it, and I wanted to. I could put onion powder in it too, but I've got an onion in it, so let me just take a little bit of garlic powder. I could add this to it. I'm not going to measure it out. I'll just put some in there. Oh, I just put my own little stuff in here. I think I'll take a teaspoon and I'll put a teaspoon of garlic powder in it. I don't think that'll be too much. There. I got my own concoction. I'll post it on my Facebook page. It's a total different recipe than what I started doing. Totally. It's supposed to be burgers, but it ends up being sloppy joes now. But it's okay. It's going to be okay. You can. I mean, I showed what it looked like, and oh, cool. That's a great way to do it, Erlene. To stock up like that. Yeah, when you buy one, get one free, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Well, I can bring it back down and let you see what it looks like now that everything is in it. I've just put the garlic powder, mixed that in there. See? Doesn't that look like a good sloppy joes? And who doesn't? Who needs meat? You don't need meat when you've got lentils and things like that. You know, it probably would work well with chickpeas and stuff too, but I think lentils works great with this. It really does. I mean, who would have ever thought that I'd make a lentil sloppy joes? And like I said, I don't know some of the amounts of some of the stuff, so I'm just going to post it up there and in my Facebook page, and people can do it accordingly, make it themselves, you know, make it your own, because basically that's what I've done with this recipe. I tweaked it and made it my own. I added things to it, you know, and really made it a lot different than what it really called for. So, and that's what I like to do. I like to tweak it. I didn't put any paprika in it. No, it's got cumin in it, though. I didn't put paprika in it. I just put some garlic powder in it. Paprika's a little bit hot, but you know something? This is okay just the way it is. It's real good. It's got soy sauce and stuff in it. Well, actually, it's got Bragg's liquid aminos in it. It's got cumin in it. I put a little bit of garlic powder in it. It's got breadcrumbs in it. I'll post the original recipe, what I started with, and then what I added, I'll put that in there too. Oh, you can't wait to try it. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If it doesn't taste good, you can blame me because I'm the one that concocted it. Concocted my own recipe after it didn't work out what it was supposed to be, so I concocted it myself. But I like what it tastes like. Now that I put a little bit of tomatoes and stuff in there, my salsa, I'm going to taste it again. I'm going to see what it tastes like now. I know it's going to be a lot better. I turned the burner off. I want to see I did. Wow. That tastes just like Sloppy Joe's. It really does. Oh, it is. It is. It's very savory. It tastes just like Sloppy Joe's. It's got good flavors in it. So I'm kind of glad that I see Vanita's right up on it. Thank you, Vanita. So I made my own recipe. Boy, well, I can start doing that again. That's kind of cool. You know, this is the first time that's ever happened. Normally, I expect it to turn out the way I planned, you know, and I make what I start out making. But if I make a total different recipe out of it, then it's mine. I more or less wrote the recipe. And that's exactly what I've done. I've added my own little ingredients to it, and I've made it my own. And and it's going to be really good. And I know once you try it, you're going to really like it. If you like Sloppy Joe's, you're going to like it. Because Sloppy Joe's, you know, just basically you put, you know, hamburger in a skillet, you know, and put ketchup and added stuff in there. It doesn't have that much of a flavor to it, you know. Liquid aminos, this is a soy sauce alternative. Beans that this did not turn out the way it was supposed to, you can leave it off. You know, you can certainly leave it off. But I was going for the burger part of it because that's what it called for. But since it started crumbling in the skillet, I left it crumble, and I just added all this other stuff to it, and now I've made it my own recipe. It ends up becoming a Sloppy Joe's instead of a burger. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just said that a little bit ago. What the what? And I'm going to tell everybody this is my own recipe that I concocted it. You know, I never thought I could do that. I'm amazed at myself that I concocted my own recipe. I never expected to do that. I expected to come in here, make those lentil burgers, and put them on bread and eat them as a sandwich. But look what I got out of it instead. Actually, this is better. This is better that I got this out of it instead of the burgers anyway. So it all worked out, you know. Things have a way of working out a lot different than you really planned on it. And I'm so glad for that, because who would have thought it? You know, I didn't give up. I didn't say, oh, I'm going to stop this scope because everything fell apart. I just kept on going. And I just decided, well, I'll just make Sloppy Joe's out of it. And then by you giving me different ideas of what to put in it, makes it look ideal. And I'm so thankful for that. You know, that it's actually looking a lot better than the burgers. There's a lot more to it. And, oh, thanks so much. Yes, I can't believe it. I bet you Leslie will be surprised at me. And even Alexis would be surprised if she was in here that I created my own recipe. I never planned on doing that, but I certainly did it. Well, thank you, Earlene. You're right on the ball. Oh, no, I'll put it down. Yeah, I'm not cooking now. I can put it down. In fact, I know what I'll do. Let me put this back up, and I'll put it over here on the counter. You should be able to see what it looks like then. I'll put it on the counter because it's not cooking now. In fact, I better put this down so I don't, because the pan's still hot, and I don't want to ruin my mat. There you go. There's what it looks like. You wanted to see it. Doesn't that look good? Look at how savory this looks. And I know there's a lot more than I can really eat, but I can always freeze it too. I mean, who would have thought? I got a Sloppy Joe recipe myself and didn't even use hamburger. Wow. I can't believe it. I'm just amazed at myself that I created my own little recipe, never expecting to do this at all. You know, I never know when I come in here how things are going to turn out. Normally they turn out pretty good. Yes, I did. It's really good. Usually when I make a recipe in here, it usually comes out the way I planned it. It looks like a burger or the dessert looks like what it's supposed to. But all of a sudden, this crumbled And I thought, well, if it crumbles on me, I'm going to have to do something different. I was hoping it wouldn't crumble, but I'm kind of glad it did, because look what I got out of it. I absolutely... Oh, yeah, don't forget your final shot. Yep, you're right. Yep, this is my recipe. I don't know if there's any recipe out there for lentil sloppy joes, but this one is mine. Nobody else can take credit for it but me. You know, I created it. Not wanting to create it, but it ended up coming up my own creation. You know, what the what, like Leslie says. You know, who would have thought, you know, that you could create your own recipe? You know, people have been wanting me to write a cookbook, which I haven't started yet, which you know, if I can do this, I probably can create a cookbook, because I made my own recipe, not even thinking twice about it. That's right, he sure does. Oh, sure it could. Oh. Yes, I'm going to have to write it up. I'm going to follow what I start out with, and then I will, everything I added. I am too. It sure did. I'm so glad you did too. It absolutely turned, and it's not dry, because sloppy joes itself, just adding ketchup makes it a little dry, but this really, oh no, I'm sorry, Arlene. That's Sprint for you. But adding all this other stuff made it a little bit more palatable, because I don't like stuff real dry anyway. I like stuff that's got a little bit of flavor to it, and I've got stuff it's got a little bit of moisture to it, because I don't like anything real dry, you know. Oh, it's not freezing. Well, I think Erlene, she's got Sprint, and she's probably out and about, so she has a problem with it freezing on her when she goes to another town. So, but at least she's here, and I'm glad that she's moderating real well. And those are in here that are moderating. I thank you for that. Yeah, you're right. Chili as well, absolutely. I just can't believe this. I know what people are going to say. What the? I'm sure Les is going to say, what the what? She made sloppy joes out of lentils? Yep, not planning on it, but I did it. And I can't believe I did it, you know. Yes, that's true, pasta sauce. So many things, and it can be put on top of spaghetti. What I don't eat, I can make spaghetti, and which I won't do today, of course, but make spaghetti and put it on top of that. Oh my goodness. It's amazing what you can do yourself, you know, when you put your mind to it, and you start putting different things together, and you end up with a recipe that you never thought you'd ever make. I never thought of making something like this. Oh, yes, lots of possibilities. I never thought that I would ever end up making this recipe when I started out making lentil burgers. Who would have thought, you know? But like I said, this is actually better, because I've got a lot more to it. You're right. That's right. It started out to be a flop, but look at it now. You wouldn't know it was a flop. You know, if people come in here and looking for lentil burgers, they're going to find out lentil sloppy joes. That's exactly what I mean. In fact, I might even change my title to lentil sloppy joes, because that's what they're supposed to be. It's supposed to be burgers, but, you know, well, when I post it on Facebook, I'll say lentil sloppy joes, because that's what it ended up being. But, you know, I am really amazed. You know, I didn't think I could do it. And I guess when you put your mind to something, you could do anything you put your mind to. And like I said, it wasn't something I planned. Hi, Alexis. You came in at a good time. This is supposed to be lentil burgers, but look what I got out of it. I got lentil sloppy joes instead of lentil burgers. They all crumbled on me, so I started adding things to it, got my own recipe out of it. So, and who would have thought I made my own recipe out of lentil burgers, because they were crumbling. People said they were crumbled on them. So I added tomatoes to it. I added organic ketchup. I added some salsa to it. I added onion to it and a little garlic powder. And I made my own recipe. And it tastes really good, Alexis. It really does. And it looks good, too. It's a big flop. I know you've had flops, too, Alexis. But at least I was able to make something good from it. I was able to make a dish. I didn't give up. It was a flop, but I didn't quit. And people came in here, and they suggested, well, add this and this to it. So I took their suggestion, and look what I got. It is absolutely tasty, Alexis, and even you can make it with lentils, because I use ketchup, I use diced tomatoes, I use a little garlic powder, put some onion in it, and it really is going to have a good, it's got a real good flavor to it. And I'm really happy. I mean, I never came in here, Alexis, thinking I would make sloppy joes, because I had planned on making lentil burgers. That's what I started out making. I mean, everybody could see me making patties out of them, but by the time I got them into my skillet and they started frying, they started crumbling, because there was something missing in the recipe. I don't know what, but others that had reviewed it said the same thing. It crumbled on them. What they had done with it after that, I don't know. But so I thought, well, if it crumbles on me, yeah, I know, doesn't it? It's supposed to be a burger, but it's my own sloppy joes, Alexis, because I added things to it that were not in the recipe. I did put some things in it that were in the recipe for the burgers, but I added others, like the tomatoes and the garlic powder. I added onion to it. I added my own little seasonings to it, and it does look like sloppy joes. And lentils are good anyway. Oh yeah, tater tots. Yep, you're right. Don't they though? It is good. It is really good. I can't believe, and I do intend, like I said, posting this on Facebook, because I'm sure Les is going to say, what? The what? She made her own sloppy joes out of lentils? I sure did. Look at me. 70 years old, I made my own sloppy joes, made my own recipe out of a recipe that's supposed to be something totally different. You know, my concoction is my own concoction, I guess. But, you know, I amaze myself sometimes, you know, I really have. Hi, good to see you. Well, those are just coming on. I'm supposed to have lentil burgers. Well, they crumbled on me, so you know what I did? You know what they say? When you got lemons, make lemonade. Well, I got crumbles, so I decided to make sloppy joes. So I added my own little ingredients to it, made my own sloppy joes. This recipe is mine. Nobody else has a dibs on it. I haven't seen it on Pinterest or anything else for that matter. So I added my own ingredients to it, made my own sloppy joes, and it looks really good. Yep, I am. I sure am. I didn't want to ruin the mat, Alexa, so I put it on the cooling rack because it's still hot yet. And these pans stay hot for a long time, so. But everybody wanted to see it, and I said, well, instead of putting the tripod down, I'll just hold it up here and just put it over here so everybody can see it. It looks so good, you know. I'm going to really enjoy eating on this because good eating, you know, and it's nothing that's going to harm me. You know, I never, like I said, I never set out to make my own recipe. But what do you do? If something doesn't turn out, make it your own. You know, because you can take a lot of the recipes and make them your own anyway. And that's what I've done. Made them my own. Added my own ingredients. And it's totally my own. Because I added things into it that's not even in the recipe. And everybody that comes in here, I'll post it up on Facebook. And you'll be able to make it too. And I think you'll like it. Because it looks very appetizing. I mean, it's not dry. It's got plenty of liquid to it. I even put salsa in it too. And I don't know how much salsa, but I added salsa. People just have to use their own judgment on that and put as much salsa in as you want. You know, ketchup or the potato. I put a small can of the petite diced tomatoes in it. They were organic, so I did put that in there. But salsa, I wanted to make it a little bit more moisture. But look at how good this looks. This is really good. For 2 cups of lentils, it made a nice big pan full. So I'm going to have a lot of good eating on this. And I suppose I can freeze what I don't use. It'll definitely go in the refrigerator, and I can make spaghetti tomorrow and put this on, you know, that to make for spaghetti. But I'm really proud. You got one coming? Oh, PC. Oh, the PC chop. Oh, okay. Oh yes, I'm going to, Alexis, because it. Oh yeah, doesn't it though? It does look like real beef. It does, doesn't it? Oh. Yes, absolutely. It is plant-based. Absolutely. And that's what I like about it. You can take these recipes, make them your own. That's what I've done. And the thing, yeah, you can do it over veggie pasta, whatever. Now today I'll probably just eat it on bread, just like sloppy joes. But maybe tomorrow I'll fix spaghetti and put it on spaghetti, you know, because I didn't want to take the time today. But I'll just put this on bread today since I haven't had my lunch yet. It'll be a late lunch, but that'll be fine. But I didn't think I would create my own recipe. I really surprised myself. You know, I'll look back on this Periscope and I'll watch it again and I'll say, did I do that? I did. I made my own recipe. You know, I didn't think I would do it. I never had the idea that I couldn't, but I didn't think I would ever actually do it. Because everybody, when you set out to do a recipe, you set out to make it the way it calls for. You know, you never intend on it to fall apart on you, so you end up making a whole different recipe all entirely. But that's what I've done. Is I start out making burgers, they crumbled, so look what I got instead. So there you go. And I'm going to call it lentil sloppy joes on the Facebook too, because that's exactly what it ends up being. You know, it's my own recipe, and I'm going to be really proud of it. You know, we can all be proud of something that we do ourselves. You know, something that we've taken pride in. I took time to make this. I didn't give up. And I know Alexis has had blunders in her periscopes too, but she's never given up. She keeps on going. Because you know what they say? Practice makes perfect. You might get a whole new recipe out of it like I did, but that might even be better than what you started with. This is much better than what I started with anyway. And it's going to taste better. So I'm definitely going to enjoy this. I know I am. Very, very much so. And I'm thankful for all the suggestions that you guys had when you came in here and helped me along the way, because I wouldn't have known what to put in it, and the suggestions you gave me has really helped. It sure does, Alexis. It goes down the same way. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Fanita, for taking care of that, and Erlene, because those doggone bots are a pain. They really are. Okay, you really took care of that one, didn't you? You want to make sure it was really muted good. Thank you to my moderators for taking care of this for me, because it helps me in the end that I won't have to bother with them on the other end. I can always, you know, I could just go into and see who they were and block them. But I appreciate all the help that you've given me today. And oh yeah, I've done that too, Erlene. I've had to swipe out for Marilyn. I go for Marilyn Waters at night. She's a periscoper that I watch her periscopes at night. Sometimes I have to do it through 2 or 3 times to come to find out the other moderator, he got it ahead of me. So, but it all gets done anyway. But, you know, I enjoyed coming in here today. I enjoy coming in here every day. But especially today, when I took a recipe and I changed it entirely. I mean, I changed the whole thing. I started out doing what they asked me to do, but then it ended up changing completely. And look what I got out of it. Isn't that something? You never know what you're going to start out with or what you're going to end up with when you start out. Oh, you're eating, that chocolate banana bread is so good. I had a slice this morning for breakfast. I have it every morning for breakfast with butter. It's so good. In fact, you don't even put butter on it. It's so good. But I'm going to have to get off here in a little bit so I can eat my lunch, since I haven't had it yet. But I am glad I could come in here, that you shared out with me, that you helped me with this recipe, because you guys helped me make it my own. You gave me suggestions what to put in it so it wouldn't be so dry, and it's absolutely beautiful. Yes, it is. I'm definitely posting this up on Facebook, definitely, because I wasn't going to at first, but I thought, what? It's sloppy joes. I might as well post it up there that it's what I made. I made lentil sloppy joes, and what I put into it, I think it's very good. I hope you all try it. And if I post it in your, if I go to post it in your Pampered Chef website, Alexis, be sure and accept it, because I know there's sometimes I've been posting things that have been going for days and you haven't accepted them, so I just take them off. But if I do decide to post this, then just get it approved as fast as you can. So, okay, good, okay, all right. I think I'm going to go for now, because I want to get ahead and eat this before it gets too cold. But I thank you all so much for coming in and sharing this out with me, being here for me, giving me suggestions on how to make this, because you guys have been a blessing. You really have. Oh, I could. I really could. Yeah, you're right. I should do that, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. I probably will. That's a good suggestion. Thank you for that. I absolutely will. Thank you for that. But thank you all for coming in and being here for me. And start my post with a question. Oh, okay. You mean on Facebook or Pinterest? Yeah, that is a good idea. That was so nice of you to give me that suggestion like that. Facebook. Okay. All right, I will. Okay. Like, what is your favorite dish or something, or I have to figure out a question to make. It brings comments. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I think I will do that. I'll post this in there, but I'll start with a question. It'll bring a lot more comments. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go now because I got to go ahead and eat this. But now that's a good question, Alexis. Thank you for that. That's a good question to post. Thank you for that suggestion. I will do that exactly. I'll do that exactly. But thank you for all for coming in and sharing this out and giving me the hearts. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for your ideas on how to make this, what to put in it, because without your help, I don't think it would have looked as good as it does. Okay, what ingredients would you use? Oh, okay. That's a good, thank you, Alexis. That's exactly what I will do. I will do that for sure. I will do that. I'll do that on my Facebook page. I'll say, well, what would you, yeah. I will do that. That's good, because I've seen you do the same thing on yours, Alexis. That's a very good idea. So thank you for that suggestion. Like I said, I keep on talking and I want to get this eaten. But anyway, thank you all for coming in and being here for me, giving me suggestions, helping me out, because without you, I couldn't do these periscopes. It's because of you that I come here each and every day and do this. So I thank you for being here for me. And until we meet again, take care, God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.